What's up, everybody? You're checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. This is our Attitude Years Season 3 season recap. I'm one of your hosts, the Hot Commodity, joined by my very own Hot Commodity. As we jump into our time machine and go back over 20 years to the year 2000, we're on the road to No Way Out. We have a big episode of SmackDown lined up. Last week on Raw's War, the Radicalz, which is the team of Chris Benoit, Saturn, Eddie Guerrero, and Dean Malenko debuted on Raw. Thanks to Cactus Jack inviting them. However, Triple H, the game, doesn't want them there, and we'll see the fallout of that on this episode of WWF SmackDown, live on February 3rd, 2000, in Big D, Detroit, Michigan. So Cactus Jack comes out with the Radicalz. Cactus says, look who Cactus Jack decided to bring with him. They're here tonight as my guest, but we are going to attempt to change all of that here tonight. Triple H, we left you flat on Raw and chose to leave. These men are after contracts. There's a saying in Atlanta to keep your mouth shut and collect a fat paycheck. They want to take on the best, and that's in the WWF. They weren't old enough for WCW. We are prepared to turn SmackDown into a sit-down and bore the American public. Triple H, the ball's in your court. So DX comes out. Triple H says, if I felt like it, I could kick your ass and send you to the back. Or I could snap my finger and get armed guards to send you out. We're out here because we want to talk about us being afraid of competition. DX thrives on competition. Stephanie says, the four of you may have been hot shots where you came from, but in WWF, you have to prove yourselves, and you're not worthy to compete. You guys are just simply average. And then Triple H says, in the name of fairness, you're going to get a tryout. If you win 2 out of the 3 matches that you could compete in tonight, you'll get contracts. If you lose, you don't get any. And that is the end of the opening segment. So I'm gonna throw it to you, man. What did you think of Triple H throwing his weight around and making this best 2 out of 3 falls for the Radicalz? You think it deserved it?
Yeah, it makes you wonder what Triple H has up his sleeve, because usually when he does things like this, he has some sort of evil, manipulative, altered, um, he has some sort of
nefarious plan.
Yeah, and it's definitely weird to see all this Chris Benoit stuff, because they try to keep him out of it now so much, and it's like this is the time when he's like right in there.
Yeah. So. Back in the day, like if you were getting like a DVD of like WrestleMania, they would just cut that match out, so you wouldn't be able to see it. Like every like match that he was in was just like taken out. Yeah. Well, we'll see more of these guys later on. We see the WWF women fighting backstage because they all want a shot against Harvey. Whippleman. Jacqueline earns that shot. We then see Sexual Chocolate Mark Henry with his pregnant girlfriend, Mae Young, and she's upset because she wants to fight Harvey. But he tells her that he's got loads of baby stuff to cheer her up with, and he's going to give her some things. We'll check in with them throughout the night. The Ninth Wonder of the World, Chyna, comes out as Intercontinental Champion. Chris Jericho, she does look good. He defends the title against Gangrel. Before the match, Jericho thanks Chyna for watching his back and calls her a one bad mamma jamma. Luna Vachon gets on the top rope to try to distract Jericho. But his wife, yeah. But Chyna drops Luna on the top rope, and then Gangrel taps out to the walls of Jericho. Chris Jericho gets the win. Thankfully, Chyna was there even the odds against Luna. But where do you think this partnership is heading?
I don't see it lasting too long. I don't.
Okay.
I think that Chyna probably has a plan
against Jericho.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll have to see.
And Chyna, she has a few relationships with people, and they, Kane.
Can't forget DX.
Jericho, DX, Eddie Guerrero. So Chyna gets around.
She does. X-Pac with Tori takes on Dean Malenko, and this is the first match for the Radicalz to get an advantage in. However, thanks to that bitch Tori, she distracts the referee. allowing X-Pac to land a low blow. Yep, and X-Pac gets the X Factor, and now the Radicalz have to win these next two matches, otherwise they don't get a contract. What do you think?
Well, I thought, well, my prediction when I first saw it was that it was going to be win, lose, and then see what happens. So we'll see.
And I like Dean Malenko's Texas Cloverleaf. It's a cool move.
Yeah, different.
We see Mae Young and Mark Henry again at their dinner, and Mae Young complains about her hemorrhoids, and so Mark Henry gives her some preparation H.
Rubbed it right in for her.
Ooh, that's on your ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like old people get it, or does everyone get it?
Old people do, but anyone can.
Like the Undertaker?
No.
Okay. Big Show ends up showing Triple H some slow motion video footage of The Rock's feet touching the ground, and Triple H says, "Okay."
Fuzzy.
Well, it was fuzzy, but he does say that he grants the Big Show his match against The Rock at No Way Out. Winner takes on WWF Champion Triple H at WrestleMania 2000. Thoughts on Big Show finally getting his wish?
I think that Triple H is going to turn on the Big Show during that match because I don't think he wants to fight the Big Show.
Okay. A bold prediction there. Next up, WWF Women's Champion Harvey Whippleman defends the title against Jacqueline. Harvey comes down and says there's not a woman who can beat him because he's all man. Jacqueline quickly beats him after a spear and an elbow drop, and Jacqueline becomes our new WWF Women's Champion. She's a tough bitch. After Jacqueline strips Harvey Whippleman, so that got your juices flowing. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
We get a backstage promo from the People's Champion, The Rock. Rock says, "Big Show, congratulations. After all your bitching, you got a shot at The Rock. You don't have the recognizable symbol of greatness. That is the Brahma Bull. Big Show at No Way Out. I'm going to lay the smack it down on your big, fat, candy ass. Kurt Angle and Tazz, it doesn't matter after tonight and No Way Out. I'm going to WrestleMania and will be the best champion there ever was." So I love his promos. All right. Mark Henry gives Mae Young cream for her wrinkles because, he wants to make sure that it doesn't droop or sag like her boobs. So, he wants to make sure she's looking good. Next up, we have Tazz versus The Rock versus Kurt Angle in a triple threat match. Angle says, "Your Olympic hero will overcome adversity and become your Olympic champion once again." This is a decent triple threat match. We see Tazz in a Northern Lights bomb to Kurt Angle for a 2 count. Tazz applies a Tazz mission to Angle, but then Rock lands a rock bottom to both Tazz and Angle. However, the Big Show comes out, attacks The Rock, and Kurt Angle pins Tazz to get the victory. His winning streak is back. Afterwards, the Big Show lands a huge choke slam to The Rock on the floor. What do you think of Big Show?
What kind of choke slam can the Big Show do?
Well, he could use it.
They're all huge.
Yeah, well, but he's dumb.
Excuse me. Yeah, the Big Show. It's funny because he can clear out a ring of people, but then The Rock comes and he's just The Rock pushes that. Kind of funny.
Well, I thought this was it for The Rock because on the floor I thought they were going to send him back, but we will see more of them later on. WWF Tag Champions, the New Age Outlaws, taking on Perry Saturn and Eddie Guerrero here. This is a very good tag match. There's some issue here as Eddie lands a frog splash. It looks like he tore, or what was it, sprained his...
It was something with his
arm, elbow, right?
Elbow. And you could see, it looked like
popped out, right?
Oh, it was not pretty.
So after that maneuver, Road Dogg pulls the referee out of the ring, and then Road Dogg just pins Eddie, and the New Age Outlaws get the victory here. So now, technically, they don't get contracts. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was really surprising because usually, in every single thing in WWE, anytime there's a 2 out of 3, there's always a one. So you get the excitement in the third. And I was very surprised that it was 2 lost.
Yeah. And do you think that this was supposed to happen, or do you think they decided to do it because he got hurt?
I mean, I see that he got hurt, but he when he did the frog splash, he was on top of Road Dogg, and they could have just done the 3 count right down there.
They could have.
So I don't.
But maybe they were supposed, like maybe Eddie was supposed to do something else. Like maybe he's supposed to like use a chair, or, like do something.
Right, but if he was hurt, you'd think that they would have just done it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Could have just been that was it, but I don't think they knew he was hurt until after, because Road Dogg pulls the ref out, and then you see Eddie crying on the mat, and then the ref goes back in.
Maybe.
I have a feeling it was supposed to continue.
I'd like to hear him honest.
And the thing too is that, you know, it doesn't match Triple H's character. If he didn't have to wrestle, he wouldn't. I feel like that they were supposed to have that match, but we'll see what happens. We get an XFL promo. It's coming out next year. We'll learn more about it.
I'm excited.
We then see Triple H backstage. He says he will fight Chris Benoit tonight. So that will happen. Steve Blackman puts on a cheese hat, and he's going to be wearing this because the group likes him. And Al Snow calls the group Lethal Cheddar. So poor Steve Blackman. We do have the Hollies taking on Al Snow and Steve Blackman. Al gets the win after he hits Holly with a snowplow, and then he rolls up Holly. Al Snow and Steve Blackman get the win after hardcore Holly attacks Crash. Any thoughts or really nothing here, Phil?
Not really. But I was wondering when we were watching wrestling the other day and Al Snow, I wonder if he was a cokehead. Because there's a lot like Snow reference, and like a lot of the wrestlers did drugs, and I'm just like, I was thinking about it. I wonder
maybe, and he's from ECW, so
yeah,
maybe that's what
the something to do.
Never know. Good thought. Let us know, people. Was he a cokehead? Mark Henry gives Mae Young a breast pump, you know, because she needs that. That's always gonna be good.
Definitely. She should bottle that shit up and sell it. She's so hot.
She should. She's sexy. Rikishi with Too Cool defeats the Big Show by disqualification after Big Show grabs a chair and hits Rikishi with it. After Big Show chokes slams Too Cool, but then, as you mentioned, The Rock comes out, hits Big Show with a steel chair and a rock bottom. And Rock now has advantage going into No Way Out right now, and Raw ends up getting revenge on the Big Show. And Big Show just looks dumb every time he gets attacked by The Rock.
Yeah.
Right?
And this is kind of like the only time we saw. It's funny now because now we know that Rikishi and Rock were related. And this is like a storyline that they really did.
Yeah. Mae Young, we finished up her restaurant date with Mark Henry. While she's on the date, she says she feels something kicking, but it's a fart. Yeah. Main event time, WWF Champion Triple H with Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley taking on Chris Benoit in a non-title match. Chris Benoit gave it to Triple H really, you know, more than anyone else could have lately. He lands 3 German suplexes to Triple H. And then he applies a crossface. Triple H taps out, but gets the rope break when the referee wakes up and sees him grab the ropes. Benoit lands a flying headbutt for a 2. However, Triple H low blows Benoit, lands a pedigree, and Triple H defeats Chris Benoit here on SmackDown. The Radicalz 3-0 here.
Yeah, this was like, I think like Booker T said, you know, when WCW people came over, like they weren't embarrassed. So this is like a classic example because, you know, they should have got one match. Like, come on, they couldn't beat X-Pac.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, they're good. Obviously, they knew they were signing with the company. We know they are going to work for WWF. So, like, it just made them look so bad that they couldn't get before.
I get it. They kind of bury them there with that.
Yeah.
And calling them short and average.
We think they didn't try to embarrass them. They tried to bury. Actually, that's exactly what he said.
Yeah. So, what do you think is going to happen on Raw?
I think they're obviously going to get their contract somehow, or there will be some other type of quota they have to meet, or no.
Something's going to happen. We're going to find out soon. We're going to be watching Raw, giving you a recap of that. We're on the road to No Way Out. We already know the Big Show is going to fight The Rock at that pay-per-view. A lot more matches will be made in the coming weeks. But all you got to do is subscribe, like, hit the notification bell on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcasts. Stay safe and stay uncensored.